Hi, I'm Anthony D'Alessandro. We're here at the Deadline Sundance studio, and we're here with the director of Black News Terms and Conditions, Kahlil Joseph, and producer Anye Anyanwu. Hi, welcome.
Hello.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
So tell us about the movie. Tell us about the concept and how long you've been working on this.
It is. Wow, I'm not prepared for this moment. It's a sprawling film, so it's hard to sum up in a. But it's been 5 years. Started out as an artwork that I created in 2017. It involved a lot of great people, a lot of different artists and scholars and filmmakers. I created it like an album.
Okay.
Like has featured artists, like an album, and yeah, it's a combination of personal stories about my family and this is my first time doing this, by the way.
You're doing great. You're doing great.
Just thrown in.
Tell us about, for those that have seen some of your other work, is it right there in the wheelhouse, or is it very different? Is it an extreme departure from something such as Lemonade, which was very experimental?
I think it is different. Yeah, I think it is different. I mean, I think when we were approached to make this into a film in 2020, we were just considering it as an artwork. So to kind of transform an artwork and that form into the feature film space requires a lot of different just kind of conventions and ideas. And it took a lot to really find that form, you know? We are part of a wonderful editorial house, post-production house called Parallax Post in Los Angeles. And that particular style of editing, if you could call it a style, I don't even know if it's a style, but they were able to craft this film in a way that I think that kind of the normal kind of editorial process, it couldn't have happened. And so I think in that way, it is quite different. I mean, I haven't really seen anything like it myself. I mean, there's nothing new under the sun, but because of the subject matter and because of all of the artists and the scholars and people in our community that we've been working with that contributed to the film, I think it's quite special. So.
Can you talk about the sound? Was the sound in particular?
Yeah. It was interesting. We had a sound company master the sound after we had been working on it for so long. And they did such a good job that it kind of sounded like a movie all of a sudden. And I think I mentioned we approached this whole thing like an album. We had shown it many, many times to friends and colleagues, and it was resonating. And when we did when we mastered the sound, things all of a sudden started to like coalesce the same. And we realized when you start pushing things to 5.1 and adding all these sound effects that maybe weren't intended to be there, and always having the dialogue in the middle, and the conventions of a traditional sound mix, we had to kind of we had to undo all that. And we approached a music engineer, someone who masters albums, to master the film like an album. And that's when things started to, and it took a while. It cost us a lot of money personally, but I'm really proud of our commitment to, seeing this thing through creatively, conceptually, professionally. Yeah.
Is it your hope to get this into either like a premium large format or an IMAX type of presentation? Would that be like a suite form of exhibition for the film where it's a cinematic experience?
I don't necessarily think cinematic experience is isolated to like size per se. I want the film to be seen by as many people as possible, and I don't know if the IMAX experience is the most ideal. I mean, there's a lot to talk about in the movie. And our experience is people want to talk through it, which is actually okay. You want to pause it, you want to kind of reflect on, talk about it, and it's a unique and different type of project. I'm open to the IMAX experience. We haven't been approached by IMAX yet, but no one's seen it. There's YouTube clips, there's large format footage in there. It's a yeah. I've never thought about that. I don't know about you.
I mean, there'd have to be a lot of upresing for IMAX, I'm sure, if you're pulling YouTube clips. But yeah, I mean, we're open.
How does it feel to finally be here? I mean, can you talk about the journey? It's good to be here.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is this your first Sundance?
No, it's our third together, and it's increasingly gotten more intense. It's interesting that this is the last year it's in Park City. That I hear.
Well, yeah, I think the plan is to have it in Salt Lake ultimately, but and then you're on to Berlin.
We're on to Berlin. We're on to
Excellent.
Berlin, which is exciting and cool. I mean, this is all new for us. We've also been in a dark room trying to figure this film out for so long. It's we're getting used to all the lights and the questions and I really just want people to watch it, to be honest, and just enjoy it for themselves and find what they find, enjoy what they enjoy. I have a feeling people will want to come back to it more than once. Yeah.
And I think it's also just being able to share the film with all of the collaborators. I think that's really special. We've always wanted to really show them. I mean, so many people haven't even seen it yet. Yeah. But I mean, we've worked with, amazing people like, scholars like Sadia Hartman and Fred Moten. We have works from Carrie James Marshall in there. We have, Irvin Hunt and, just amazing writers. Madebo.
It's a long list.
It's a long list
cool.
of extremely talented people that we're really excited to share and help present to so many people that haven't been privy to the work. Mm-hmm. And so I think when we think of Black News, it's not just like a Kahlil Joseph film. It's just it really represents a culture. It really represents artists. It really represents so many of us that have been working for so long with these ideas, and to be able to present them to a larger public is pretty exciting, at least for me, and pretty special. So I think when I think about the journey, I think about, we get to share it. We get to, just present all of these amazing people to others that haven't experienced the work. So.
Now, you've launched a new company, I understand?
Yeah, well, Black News has always been a larger media endeavor and project. And there's been talks for years that have evolved and grown. And only in the last few months have those conversations just accelerated because of the film and being at Sundance. It's exciting, It's really, there's very little ceiling for what Black News could be or could do. And I'm excited to see how this film kind of kicks off a lot of that stuff,
What are both of you working on next?
There's a book I've been adapting called The Man Without Qualities.
Okay.
It's an old German novel, and it's going to be interesting. I think that. Yeah.
Excellent. Black News, Terms and Conditions. Kahlil Joseph, director. Anye Anyanwu, producer. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.